all my fans out there. This is something of a cold open for our newest adventure, the Pokemon Sacred Gold Nuzlocke. That's right. Um, what you're hearing right now is not my live commentary, but a ex post facto voiceover that I'm doing. The reason for this is I fucked up, and I did not uh, select my microphone ahead of time when I started the QuickTime Player recording. So here we are. It's a lesson to me. Set that up. Do a mic check ahead of time next time. Um, but that's all right. You'll still get to watch what's going on here. I don't know if I'll commentate this whole thing. I probably won't. I'll just give you guys the gist, and then maybe set it to some music while you guys just watch this play out. The video is going to be about half hour long, as you might be able to guess, and that's sort of what I shoot for with my series. That's what I shot for with the last series. You can see we've started our adventure. I'm a male character named Brian. I just read Lyra's letter, and now it all begins. I don't want to spoil too much. I spent most of the video um, talking about the question of the day, really, and not really reading the dialogue because, well, let's be honest, I know most of this stuff, and you guys, my viewers, probably do as well. Some of it I sped through, other bits of it you should be able to read just fine. It is what it is. But yeah, the question of the day that I pose to you guys, my dear viewers, my adoring fans, was this: what has been your favorite in-game team for running through a Gen 4 Johto game? It could be Sacred Gold, Storm Silver, just the base form of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, maybe a randomized version. But what team did you, I guess, beat the championship with that was your favorite? Is my question. I will talk about mine because I've done this game at least 3 times now. I did it when I first got it when I was, a child, like 14 or something. I don't remember when it came out. I did it again on I did a ROM a second time, maybe some years ago, and very recently I played not all the way through the game, just through like the 8 gyms basically, and I just didn't feel a need to continue. Um, I'll talk about those in a minute. What I did right here is I picked my starter, and uh, yeah, you already know the vibes. You'll see which one I picked in a minute. I won't spoil it for you guys. Just keep watching. I know basically 100% of the time I pick Totodile as my starter. I just don't see any reason to ever pick Chikorita. And Cyndaquil's cool, and I think I may have done Cyndaquil once, but I know for sure 2 out of 3 times I've done um, Totodile, because remember when I first played the game, I sort of soloed the game with Feraligatr. My team going into the championship was basically Feraligatr, Lugia that I caught in a Master Ball, and a really underleveled Pidgeotto, and like a few other miscellaneous things, really. Um, Part of the reason for that is I was just young, and I didn't really know what to do. I knew like type weaknesses and like how to play and stuff, but I was like it just didn't really occur to me that I needed to balance out my team, especially when you know Totodile, Crocodile, Feraligatr basically just took care of everything I needed to, just beat everything. Because it was just the main problem I noticed, and a lot of people share this critique of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, is just a really poor like level gap, I guess you could say. A lot of the wild Pokemon are very weak, don't make for good grinding. I think the highest level wild Pokemon you can find are near the Safari Zone and Mount Mortar. So grinding for the Elite Four is just terrible. Um, I notice for sure when I spread it out over 6 Pokemon is you're just very underleveled by the time you like get to the Elite Four. It sucks. It's not great. Just yeah, the levels are just bad. Like I think in my most recent playthrough, everything was close to level 40 by the time I had beaten the 8 gyms, and I didn't really feel like playing beyond that. Because the main thing is I don't feel like grinding, so I can actually like win this. Just and there was no like challenge to it. It was just sort of playing. So I was like, all right, that's fine. My team in my most recent playthrough was Feraligatr, Fearow, Heracross, um, Kadabra, Raikou, and Tauros, I believe. Yes, that sounds right to me. I had a Haunter for most of the game, but I basically just traded Haunter for Raikou in a sense. I had me look, Hypnosis, Taunt, and Nightshade on it, so it was basically primed for catching those pesky dogs. Um, I never used Raikou like in game before, and I guess it was okay. Uh, it's hard because I had already used my Shadow Ball TM, and I used my Shadow Ball TM on Kadabra for coverage. Kadabra's busted, by the way. I'm sure most people know that. It's just something really good about it. Um, I think it helps a lot versus like Team Rocket and stuff. Um, and it's easy to get Abra. You have multiple opportunities to get an Abra pretty early, like around the 3rd gym. You can just sort of evolve it, grind it, whatever you got to do. Um, but yeah, Raikou was like it was weird because like you don't get great stab. Like you can use a heart scale to get Thunder Shock. It has Spark when you get it, which is like kind of weak. You can teach it Thunder, which is from the game, not the game corner, the store. It's unreliable. I didn't get Thunderbolt from the game corner, but that's also time consuming because you got to win all these Voltorb flip rounds and earn the requisite coins. Um, and then Discharge is super lame. You don't learn Discharge until like level 50 something, I think. So, yeah. Um, I think most people will agree that an Ampharos or a Jolteon is just better if you want an electric type. Um, but yeah, that's sort of the gist of that. That was my most recent playthrough, as I said. I guess yeah, I'd never used Kadabra before, but that was the one that pulled its weight the most. Um, Tauros was fine. Um, Fearow was okay. I like Crobat more as a flying type in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and that was just yeah, that was another regular playthrough I did. That team was like I want to say it was Typhlosion, Executor, which was a real pain. I remember doing a lot of grinding for that because Execute does not get good grass stab. I had Bullet Seed on it, which was a TM for a while, and I later put Solar Beam on it just because I couldn't stand it being because Execute is a bad attack stat. That's true of Executor, but once you evolve it, it's serviceable. That team had Executor, Typhlosion, Crobat. Um, I want to say I had Fortress, Jinx, and then Rhydon. I know there was something else going on there, but Fortress was definitely like sort of like weird. I think in place of Rhydon, I had something else most of the game. I think it was a Graveler that I just swapped out once I could catch Rhyhorn in Victory Road. Um, Rhydon was cool. I like that. Fortress was kind of whack. I was mostly self-destructing to kill things, which doesn't get at EXP, so it was lagging behind for a while. It just doesn't have good damage output, right? So, what are you gonna do? Um, yeah, I think that's a good rundown of the teams that I've used in the past. Gives you a pretty good idea. But yeah, please comment down below. Let me know what in-game teams you guys have used in Johto games, particularly the Gen 4 ones, just because that's kind of what I know. Um, and you guys will be seeing what I use on this iteration. Obviously, you can see the starter of choice. I don't seem to have quite obtained any Pokeballs yet, so Nuzlocke hasn't really started, but there are a few encounters in this episode for you guys to look forward to. So, look forward to those you shall. And I don't know. I think basically I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll play you guys out with some music for the rest of this video, and next time you'll get some real good live commentary from me, and not just this ex post voiceover recording. It doesn't really cut it. Um, Real quick before I go, just want to say shout out to Mike for helping set me up and put me on to all this, because I've been complaining about the level gap stuff, and I guess the level gap is mostly fixed in this game. So that's sort of been my impetus for trying it. Um, and yeah, he sent me the file and all that. I'll link to his channel in the description. He uploads very very often. Um, so he's got stuff for you guys too. Fear not. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me, and I will just play you guys out with a little bit of tunes. Peace.